Dead is better, and this sequel is here to raise some hell.
If you like horror content, hit that like and follow button. I'm Randy.
And I'm Steve.
And this is Pet Sematary 2, one of our horror reviews. Welcome. Now, Pet Sematary 2 is available to stream on Prime Video. You can rent it now. And then this is also our day 13 of our 31 Days of Horror. If you've been following along, we're doing 31 days of Halloween horror movies, all from different ranges of genres for the horror. But yeah, today's one is Pet Sematary 2.
Yes, this is a sequel to the first Pet Sematary that came out in 1989. I think this came out in 1992. And this came out like after the huge success of the first one, based on Stephen King's book. And since people liked it so much, they decided to make a sequel for it. And the director, Mary Lambert, of the original film, directed this one as well.
Yes.
And brought us Edward Furlong as a final boy.
Yes. So. Edward Furlong from Terminator 2.
Yeah. And a couple other things.
Night of the Demons remake.
He's in a handful of things. And he has a pretty memorable face. He's good. He's a good actor. Good child actor. And this is a pretty good sequel. I'd say it holds up pretty well. It's definitely a fun movie. It definitely
has that 90s vibe too.
It does. It's not as good as the first one. However, it does deal with grief pretty well, and it does still have a very heavy tone like the first one did, and I think they do a good job with the story. So this follows this boy who his mom is an actress, and she has an accident on set, gets electrocuted and dies. Him and his father move to I forget where, but the city where they do the first one.
No, I was thinking of Critters.
I don't remember the city.
Ludlow.
Duh. They moved to Ludlow. In the house or one of the. Either the same house as the first one, or
no, it's a different house.
Different house.
The kids on the bike ride by the old Creed house.
That's true. Yeah, it's a different house. Sorry, but a house in that area, like not too far from the first film, and they discovered a pet cemetery. In this one, he has a friend who loses his dog, Zowie, because his mother has this really abusive boyfriend
who's also the sheriff.
Cop. Yes, he's the sheriff of the city, and he shoots and kills a dog because he was messing with the rabbits in their cage, and then Zowie gets buried in the pet cemetery. We all know what happens. He comes back resurrected as a zombie dog, and then things just go
crazy from there. Things start to spiral out of control. Because this one actually.
Yep.
Sorry.
Well, I mean, people got turned into them in the first one, but
they did, but they really didn't show them as the zombie, like people that they are in the second one.
For a whole long time.
Like
they showed
Gage for a little bit.
They did show Gage
and his wife just for a moment.
At the end, which was creepy.
But
like it was more sinister. Whereas this one takes it into a more gory route because they make this one more of a slasher film than the first one. In the sense that they kind of go more into because you already know how it goes. Since you already know how it goes, since you've seen the first film, they kind of take it into a deeper direction with that, and they kind of turn it into more of a tongue-in-cheek slasher while still being pretty dark and morbid and having that heavy tone. So it's like they're balancing out like this really dramatic kind of stuff with also like this idea that there's because the sheriff dad gets killed by the dead dog, and then
is played by Clancy Brown.
Yes,
famous horror guy.
Yes, indeed, and he gets buried in the cemetery too because they want his mom. They don't want the mom to find out that he's dead, her boyfriend, and so he comes back as a zombie and decides that he wants to go into killing spree. So he kills the rabbits, brutally massacres them, and turns their skin inside out, and a bunch of gross stuff. Yeah. And he kills this bully at school who messes with Edward Furlong and his friend, and Yeah, I don't know. This movie's pretty crazy, but it's
crazy.
pretty good.
Most of the cast dies.
It does. It's a pretty dark.
It's a
tragic
really dark,
movie.
tragic movie. Like when his friend and his mom
get killed by Clancy Brown.
Killed by Clancy Brown.
He was chasing them
on the highway
and knocks their car into the path of a big truck.
Big potato truck.
Yes.
And it's just so sad because they were such nice people. Mm-hmm. Like, it's so sad to see nice people die sometimes.
Well, yeah, especially the way they do it in this. I think these movies. It's a pretty good sequel, and I don't know. I don't know if it's really underrated, but it's
underrated because not everybody likes Pet Sematary too.
I know it's actually pretty good. It's better than I think a lot of people say it is. It's not as good as the first one. I know people have different preferences on the franchise because now there's a few films. I do think I like the remake better than this one. A lot of people disagree with that, but this is still really good though. I like it. I think I like all the Pet Sematary movies minus Bloodlines. That was the only one I really just didn't like. I kind of hated that movie, but the Pet Sematary movies are good, and I think they have good storylines, good characters. I think it's a really eerie, chilling concept, and I think this movie does a good job kind of making more of taking a different route on it, and being a little bit more free since it's not based on a book at all. They kind of just go a little bit more crazy with it and try new things.
The 90s music in this movie is awesome too.
Yeah.
Like it really sets the tone for the movie and the era that it's set in.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know how far it is ahead of the first Pet Sematary because from the way that they talk, like the house is run down.
They act like it's a little bit older.
Act like it's a little bit older. Yeah.
But the sequel only was made like 3 or 4 years later.
This is true. And they have a veterinarian in the movie.
Yeah, the dad's a veterinarian.
The dad's the veterinarian.
Edward Furlong.
Edward Furlong's dad, who's played by Anthony Edwards. If you know him,
If
you know him back in the day, he played on the TV show ER. Yeah, no one. Yeah, he was way before.
I know of ER.
You know of ER?
I don't really watch it. But I know what it is. I'm not that.
Yeah.
I'm not that dense.
It was on when I was a kid.
I know I watch it too much, but I know what it is. Kind of.
But I think this is his only horror movie that he did.
Yeah, it is a good genre movie too.
But yeah, I don't have really anything else to say.
Me neither. It's a pretty good movie though.
It's a pretty good movie.
Give it a shot. If you haven't given it a shot, if you have given it a watch and didn't like it, try it again and see. I think this is one of those movies where I think maybe because it does kind of take things in a different direction the first one did. You have to kind of play along with its new kind of tone and direction, but it's fun. I think once you let it kind of take you, it's a good movie. And I think it's a pretty underrated sequel.
Yeah, the ending is pretty crazy. Edward Furlong ends up burying his mother up there, and she comes back and tries to kill everyone.
Yeah.
Like how she is in the movie. But yeah, bleak ending, but yeah, Edward Furlong and his dad survive to live another day.
None of those really have a positive ending.
No.
The Pet Sematary movies have really dark endings usually. As do a lot of Stephen King stories.
Yeah.
Not all, but usually a lot of his stories end pretty
grim.
Dark. Yes.
Yeah.
Usually a lot of the people end up dying or something really bad happens in the end. It's not usually a super happy ending. It's not in this case either. So, definitely check out the movie and continue to like and follow for more content.
Yes, like and follow for more content. Please follow us in our 31-day adventure of Halloween horror movies. So yeah, I'm Randy.
And I'm Steve.
Have a wonderful day.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.